And I would like to say welcome to Future of Diversity, a guest chef program inviting chefs of color in the Seattle community to showcase their talents and culinary ventures at La Spiga. My name is Sabrina Tinsley, and I'm the executive chef and co-owner of Osteria la Spiga. And with me this evening, I am so excited to present chefs Elvia Escobar and Jessica Bermudez. And the two of them, say hi. Elvia and Jessica each came from a family of women where cooking was their passion, and now they consider cooking as the center point of their lives. They create traditional Mexican and Salvadorian dishes with incredible skill and flair. I'm so happy to have you both here.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, it is definitely a pleasure. So I wanted to start off with the question. Since it is Women's History Month, I am very curious about how coming from a family of women has shaped your lives and your worldviews, your passions. How has it shaped your business?
Oh yeah. So we come from a family of strong women and business women also. So my mom and aunties, they had a bakery and also a fondita, which is a small restaurant, very tiny small restaurant. And I grew up in working in those businesses, and I saw every single day those women working, and so they teach me every day something different, and I really love it. I really love it how they cook, how they put their passion making the food. And I remember my mom and my aunties told me you had to do the food with love because people can feel it. They can feel it when we cook with love. So I really learned how to cook with love, with passion. So that's what I'm trying to do now: cook with love and with passion. And I know people is gonna be happy because when you do things with love, uh, things good. Yeah, people love it and things taste better.
They can feel it. They feel the
Exactly.
love. They totally do.
Exactly.
And where was that, Elvia? Where did you grow up?
In El Salvador, I grew up in El Salvador. Yeah. I remember when we had those businesses, I had like 9 or 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were 9 or 10 years. And then did you come here after that, after 9 or 10 years? Or when did you come to?
When I decided to come here, I was around 20 or 21 years old. And I took the decision because the situation in El Salvador was too hard, turned too hard for me. So I said maybe in United States I can have a better opportunity in different ways. So I decided to come over here and I start to work as cleaning houses. But I said this is not really what I want to do. I want to do what I know to do, and that's what I change the things, and I start to work in the kitchen.
Okay. And Jessica, where did you grow up?
Well, growing up in Mexico, in Oaxaca, a state of Mexico, very in the south. My state has so much culture and gastronomy. My passion for food started when I saw my grandma make pan dulce all the time for the family. She have really traditional oven with this is the barro.
Barro?
Uh-huh.
Is that I don't, is it the type of material that it's made of?
Like
Uh-huh.
dirt, like
Maybe it's
dirt.
clay.
Yeah,
Yeah, clay.
clay.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I love how smell when she bake. But my mom don't have that patience to teach me. But my grandma always say, "Hey Jessica, come in. Let me show you this. Let me show you that." My mom is a really, really good cook, but she's really jealous with her secrets. She don't like to share very much. So all what I learned from my grandma's side. So she always involved me to all that kind of stuff, especially for the Dia de Muertos. Always we make pan, pan de muertos, we call that, and tamales, atol, and all that kind of food we make for that traditional day or for Christmas. But the love for the food is really deep in me because always I have a really good memories with my grandma because I live from my parents' home when I was 17 and I decided to start my life. So I was a very, very young mother when I have 18, but the life get really difficult in Mexico. So I decided to come into this country and leave my daughter with my mom for 8 months. It was a really hard time for me to separate to my baby. She was only 2 years old. And the first place opened the arms for me when I arrived to this country was La Spiga. And then I met you, a really great person, really great human. So I started to do dishes, but I know the dishes is not what I want for me. So one day I asked to Chef Sabrina if she give me the opportunity to help her to make pasta. And she say, I don't know, sure. But later on, she said, okay, we can do that. And then I try, and since that, I start to make pastas en la espiga.
That's right. I remember that. I remember that. And I remember that I think it was your first kitchen job in general. And so
Yep.
there was a huge learning curve there. I remember even as a dishwasher, there were certain like real small things that I had to teach you. And so when you did approach me about the pasta maker, I might have had some hesitation, but that was quickly resolved because I had you observe me making pastas, and then I had you try it out and you did pretty good. So as if it were natural for you to be making pastas. And I said, okay, we're going to have a race. I said, if you can beat me I gave you a little bit of handicap because I had more dough than you did. If you can make your pile of gnocchi faster than I can make my gnocchi, then I will give you the position. And so we had a race and you won. And so you became our pasta maker, and a amazing pasta maker. And I always cried the day you left. I knew you had to leave. I never tried to make anybody feel guilty for that, but I was really sad when you had to leave. But I remember, I also want to tell one more small story about Jessica. I remember the hard times, by the way. And we talked a lot about that while you were working at La Spiga. And so I remember walking with you and Carolina, that's your daughter, your firstborn, and
Yeah.
we're having a difficult time with her. And, she was going through a lot of stuff herself. I mean, that was not an easy transition for her. But I remember the struggles and that, Carolina, maybe she wasn't listening, or maybe, because her experience with you was as a mom. And so I wanted her to understand that, your mom is a rock star pasta maker. She does so much for La Spiga and for the Seattle community by making her amazing pastas. And you should be really proud of her. So I always wondered what effect that had on her years later.
Oh, wow. That day she was so happy and she told everybody, my mom is the best pasta maker ever.
I love that so much.
But she say, Mom, I feel so proud of you.
That's so amazing. Sometimes it just takes somebody outside to, really have your children. I know my kids listen to other people more than they do me, for sure. So, Elvia, how about you? Let's see. I wanted to ask you. I wanted to talk a little bit more about your deep passion with these Salvadorian pastries. So, you grew up with it. I didn't realize that your family had businesses back in El Salvador.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit. There's a pastry called Quesadilla Salvadoreño, and that has very little to do with like a Mexican quesadilla. But it has the same name. Tell me a little bit about that and other pastries you used to make.
Yeah, probably you know Salvadorian people, or I'm gonna say Latino people. They are bread lovers. We are bread lovers. We love the bread all the time. So in El Salvador, every single day people eat pan dulce, sweet bread with coffee at 3 p.m. 3 p.m.
Like tea time.
So by that time, by that time we need to have all the pan ready in the bakery. I remember, and we get up around 3 o'clock in the morning to start to make the bread. And people come to our bakery and ask for the quesadilla because it's one of the very traditional bread, the most popular, I can say. And yeah, we make the quesadilla every day and people love it. So when I came here, I say, I need to do what I know to do, what I love to do. And I say, I have many skills, I have many knowledges about this. So let's start to make some quesadilla, and I give to the people, family and friends, and people love it and start to buy my quesadilla. And I said, it's a good way to make business, and that's how I start to make my business, making quesadillas and selling my quesadillas.
That's awesome. That's great. And quesadilla it's like a pound cake with cheese in it, or
Yeah, it's a very tastes different to the pound cake, but it's very soft and has very cheesy because because has a lot of cheese. So when you break the little piece of bread, the cheese come out. That you can taste it. Yeah, so that's the flavor is really good. That's the people. That's why the people love it.
It's very delicious.
That's awesome. So the name Como en Casa. So this is the name of your company. So when I think of that name, it really, and I see your logo, by the way, which is beautiful. That really does make me feel at home. What does the name of your business represent for you, Elvia?
Yeah, when we were looking for the name of for our business, we thought in the past years when we were with family, when we were with our families. You know, I remember when I was a little kid, our happy times was especially was we're gonna have a meal. When we had a meal, I'm sorry, pardon
Mhm.
my English.
That's okay. No, you're doing great.
When we had a meal, so it was everybody, all the family, great grandparents, grandparents, cousins, you know, also gathering around the table and ready to enjoy our meal. So I said, a good meal is being surrounded of your loved ones and how do people like to eat como en casa, around family, around loved ones.
100%. Yeah,
Exactly.
I love that.
Something.
So I'm just curious, do you both of you live down in Kent?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So I'm curious to know what's going on in the Latino community down in Kent, and how are you involved in the community?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Actually, there are many Latino representation here in Kent, but we don't have too much support from for the Latino community. So we are talking with other person from the closest neighborhood to us and asking for help. When I know other neighborhoods has things to do like meetings, like cosas para la comunidad,
Things for the community.
things for the community. And I said, why can't they don't have this type of support for the Latino community? And when we want to learn something, we need to move to the other cities, and we're going over there and then bring all the knowledges here again, and we need to no we want we share with other people, so other women over here.
That's beautiful. So you go out and learn, go to a different community, you learn about whatever topics. I think you were learning about uh, maybe self-esteem or and healing. So in meditation, maybe. So you go out and you learn these things and you bring it back to your community and teach women in your community who might not have access to that.
Yeah.
That's right.
Beautiful. And Jessica, did you want to chime in? I know you were talking a little bit about self-care. I think that's really important in that you've never really.
Oh yeah,
Take care
yeah.
of yourself.
Well, in the past, I never take care of myself because I always thinking in someone else, you know, kids, husband, um, my family in Mexico, or whoever is around me and need my help. Because I am like that. If someone asks me for help, I am open to help the people. But in my last pregnancy, I have a really hard time, really, really hard time. The only thing passed for my mind was, oh, I died. I can do this. I can handle it. I don't know how. I don't know who I am because when the anxiety come to my life, that make a big transformation on me, inside and outside. The people can tell, and everybody around me ask me, Jessica, what's going on? What happened? Or another people offer me help, but in that moment, I don't accept nothing because I feel really, really bad. My mental problem was so bad. But after that, I decided to love me more and think more of myself. More and more. I say, okay, now it's only Jessica, nobody else, just me. Because I always working so hard
Mhm.
since I come into this country. I always have two jobs because I was really young when I have my first daughter. I was only 18, and then I need to bring up her by myself for for many years. But thanks God, later on my life changed. But now I decide to take care on my health and also love myself because I think I forgot about it. I forgot how cure myself, how treat myself. But now every day I say I love this person who I am, you know?
That makes me so happy. And you deserve nothing more because we all love you. You know, you have a wonderful community that really supports you. And I'm so glad to hear you say that. And so how do you manage this work-life balance now? Like how do you take time for yourself?
Well, the best way I found is make a schedule and then I can work with my time very well and I take time for myself. Now I really enjoy to do kickboxing. So I
Oh,
did that 1 hour every day. After work is the first thing I do. Go to my kickboxing class at 3:30 p.m. and then I come home and do the things with the kids and cook dinner. Things like normally moms do with niños.
that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's the best way when you have your time really spread. This is for that, I need to do that later, or when you ¿cómo se dice manejas?
Yeah.
Manage.
When you manage your time, it's it's way better
Yeah.
and work well.
Yeah. Well, that's an interesting point because I mean, both of you have kids. Jessica, you have 3 kids.
Oh yeah.
Elvia, you have two girls.
Yeah.
Um, you both have a day job and you're starting your business, which by the way is a catering business, right? Como en casa is a catering business. That's a big challenge for anybody, and then you have the barriers, like you say, we talked about, the Latino community, maybe there's not the support that normal communities have. There's the language. Jessica, your English is amazing. You've exploded with your English. We're having this conversation in English. I always used to speak to you in Spanish, so it's wonderful to hear you what your English voice sounds like. So that's kind of exciting. But I can imagine that there's not much free time, but if you do have free time, what do you do, Elvia, in your free time? I heard that you do kickboxing, Jessica, and that's amazing. How exciting. How about you, Elvia?
I like to read.
Okay.
I like to read, and I like to do meditation every day. So in the past years, I also had the experience of anxiety and depression. So I need to every day do something for me, and uh, doing the meditation is a way to help myself to get the balance for the day, for every day, because um, uh, I want to live my life um, day by day, you know, living the life day by day. Um, I like to read, I like to do meditations, and I like to walk. I have not much time to walk, but I like to do that. And dance. I love to dance.
Ooh, yes.
You
Yes.
forgot
What
the
kind of
dance.
dance?
Yeah.
Everything.
Everything. Nice. That's awesome. Well, let's talk to our viewers a little bit about the dinner that they can expect coming up. I see it's 5:30, so we'll want to at least get that in and talk a little bit about the meal, which is a crossover between Mexican and Salvadorian food. So what can your viewers expect to enjoy this coming Monday, the 28th? Or that's not, yeah, that's this coming.
Yeah, it's this coming Monday.
Wow. What's the first course? The yuca.
The yuca frita con chicharrón.
Uh-huh.
We have yuca frita con chicharrón, and as a vegetarian option, we had the pastelitos with vegetables. And those plates, both of those plates are from El Salvador, traditional from El Salvador. And the yuca, it's the yuca root, you know, deep fry. Yes, some people knows as cassava, some knows as yuca root. Uh-huh. And it's deep fried, served with special curtido and fried chicharrones, fried pork meat, and tomato sauce. It's really good.
Nice.
And the pastelitos is like a corn empanada filled with vegetables, seasoned vegetables, and also deep fry and topped with pickled cabbage. Pickled
Nice.
cabbage.
I love it. And what about the entrees? So we have the mole and the chile relleno.
Yeah, the mole negro is a traditional dish from Oaxaca. This prepared with so many spices, chiles, chocolate, almonds, sesame seeds, peanuts. What else? Peanuts. A little bit of pinch of cinnamon, chile guajillo, chile ancho. You toast it all, and you can smell all the aromatic herbs, and then you blend it, and you have a really good tasty mole.
Yes, it is delicious. I tasted it, so I concur. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And the chile relleno, what is it filled with? What's the chili filled with?
With Oaxacan cheese. Yeah, and this is in a tomato sauce, and served with fried beans and special rice is arroz rojo. We call it arroz rojo, but it's like red rice, as you can see.
Everybody call Mexican rice, but this is a little bit different like Mexican rice, you know, because normally the people go to the restaurant and they always offer a Mexican rice. It's like a arroz rojo, but this one is different, you know. This one you can feel it como en casa.
I love that. That's amazing. And then the desserts, we have two desserts. So we have the atol and the arroz con crema.
Con leche.
Con leche.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we decided to make those desserts because in both cultures we share those recipes, and it's the same in El Salvador and Mexico. And we thought about that. I said we can do the arroz con leche and the atol de lote because we share, we both countries, we share the same recipes, the same way to do the things. And that's why we decide to do those desserts, those plates of desserts.
They're both very good. Everything is very good. I've had the opportunity to taste everything and it's amazing. So I know our viewers are in for a special treat and they can expect to have those hot and ready to go, right? When they pick them up.
Yes.
You're going to have, okay, that's wonderful. So no reheating necessary.
No.
That's wonderful. And then I do have a couple of closing questions. So you've both put in your time in Seattle, like you worked very, very hard. And I really, truly believe that now is your time to shine. And so I'm curious to know, what is the ultimate dream for Como en Casa?
We are thinking to do something like in a small restaurant, probably. Yeah, we want to do something small because we want to we want to have time to share with family. We want something like a family business. Yeah, and hopefully we can do that in the future.
Well, I'm sure you'll have great success, whatever you do. That is amazing. I'm wondering also what, if there is any kind of a message, if we wanted to send a message out to young Latino women who are interested in coming into the food and beverage industry, the restaurant industry, is there a message that you would like to give to them?
Never stop to dream. Never. Maybe the path can seem or can look difficult, but if you want, if you have an objective, you have to work for it, for it. Yeah. And if you want something, you have to work to get it, but never dream. So trabajar todos los días en lo que tú quieres para poder alcanzar lo que tú quieres.
Mm-hmm. So work hard every day in order to essentially to realize your dreams.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
For you in this country, don't lose the opportunity. Don't
Can
lose
you
the
repeat that?
opportunity. You need to work hard and never look behind. Never. Always, you need to get your goal.
Yeah.
Our goal for us is have a small restaurant. So I hope the young Latino women want to have something like that, you know.
And that's what we are trying to teach our kids, involving our kids in our job is the way how we are teaching them, you know. And we told every day to our kids, never stop to dream. If you want to get something, you have to work for it. So go get it, work every day. And I think we are doing a good job.
I know you're doing a good job. And you know, that's a really valid point. And you're like, the fact that you two are so experienced, you could easily, and you're like dedicating all of your hard work to somebody else. I think it's going to be amazing to be able to work for yourselves and, you know, achieve that dream. And I know that you both will have success because you have combined, you have so much experience and the desire, and people love Latino food, Mexican food, and Salvadorian food. I know you'll be successful.
Thank you.
Thank you for believing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes.
Opportunity too.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I'm so happy to be able to work with you guys again. And I really look forward to having your meal again on Monday. So I guess it is 5:40, but if anybody had questions, I'm we can answer a question or two. We have a thank you and best of luck from somebody in the chat, from Tracy, thank you. And bravo from Will.
Thank you.
Thank you, Will.
Yeah.
Thank you for all your support too.
All right.
Do you have any question? Do you have any question? I think we have no question. We have only, we're gonna say thank you for the huge opportunity to show our abilities in the kitchen. And we never thought we will have the opportunity to work with you. And we are so happy for that. Very grateful.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, we've all worked together before. I just want to put that out there. We didn't mention that Elvia used to work at La Spiga as well.
Yeah.
So in fact, that's where the two of them met. But
in different ways.
It is wonderful to come back together. I really appreciate you guys so much, and I love you both. And I know this is going to be an amazing dinner for our viewers. So thank you again for coming on. And I just want to remind viewers that this is an ongoing program with Future of Diversity. And next month is April. And we have Chef Hillel Echohawk joining us. She's an indigenous woman of the Pawnee tribe, and she's going to be joining us for our first in-person event with Future of Diversity. And so we look forward to that one as well. Please continue to support the Future of Diversity, and we will continue to support wonderful chefs like Jessica and Elvia and help them or do what we can to work with them to realize their dreams. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Take care. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.